You're like, really pretty says, yes, makes sense. How do we overcome it? So you have to become aware of it first. You become aware of what your love identity is, and then you look at the behaviors and the patterns that are connected to that, and you start to change those behaviors and those patterns. That's how you overcome it. That's how you begin to overcome it, right? Ultimately, you have to get to the root of it, what caused this, and you heal that thing. You heal that part of it, because your identity is so connected to your hurt, to your pain, to your trauma. Almost over anything else in this life, world, society that we live in, because our parents and the people who raised us and taught us about ourselves, they were traumatized, they were hurt, they were in pain. Aquarius, this is amazing. Thank you. You're welcome. You missed the first one. I'm going to recap in just a moment, okay? You're like, really pretty says, I feel like being the eldest daughter is where some of this started. So the clients that I work with successful, accomplished Black women and women of color. And so when it comes to being a Black woman, when it comes to being a woman of color, when it comes to being an immigrant child, like first generation, or when it comes to being the eldest daughter, often your identity is all mixed up into other people. And so this is why it's so difficult for type A women who are ambitious and motivated, have the most trouble in their relationships, because even your desire to achieve comes from how you see yourself in respect to other people and what you are doing for them. So even your need to achieve comes from your trauma. And that's why it's so important to identify your love identity. Because when you identify your love identity, you say, oh, this is how I operate in relationships. But this comes from how I've always operated in the relationship with my parents, right? I've always had this need to earn their love, earn their affection, earn their adoration. And now you're doing it in your intimate relationship spaces as well. So a lot of eldest daughters have this issue. A lot of first generation women have these issues. A lot of, first in the family women, first to go to college, first to achieve, first to do this thing, have these issues. And if you're a Black woman or a woman of color, you're more likely to have this issue. You're more likely to feel like you don't deserve love and your love identity is in one of these places.